Okay, we're going to go ahead and install the door side moldings on the 15 model year Mirage. First step is to go ahead and use alcohol and water to get a nice clean surface. Okay. More. All right. Okay, so we're pretty much ready to go there. Next step is going to be to put our fixture in place. We have two triangles which basically give us our distance down from the door handles. They're magnetic, and the R is for obviously the rear of the vehicle and the F is for the front of the vehicle. They go ahead and they install like this, push up tight against here. There's the rear, here goes the front. Okay, so we've got those in place. Next step is to provide the guide for the component. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and kind of put this in position. You'll note that there's a notch right here that locates the front to back with the door gap. And then it goes up against the triangles in the front and in the rear. Now that we've got that in place, you can see that we've got a good line for installing our component at this time. All right, so onto a painted surface which is visible will etch the paint and create permanent damage. We don't have much room in here, so we're going to have to be very careful. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to dry fit the rear piece first. And again, as you feel it in the template, you'll feel the point where it seats in on the template right here. Then I'm going to start placing pieces of masking tape to kind of locate the upper edge here. Okay, again, because there's only one packet of promoter that comes with the parts, we want to make sure that we do at least the whole side of the vehicle at one time, if not the whole vehicle at one time. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing that we did with the tape in the back, but I'm going to do it on the front piece. It's much longer and it comes to a narrow point in the very front. So right now you can take this front fixture piece off. We don't need it anymore. Go ahead and set this piece in place, just again roughly. Okay, again, I'm going to fill in the blanks with this. It's very tight fit, and as you can see right up here it gets very, very narrow. So if you have one of the promoter pens at your facility, it might be much easier to control back up in this area because it's so small. Okay, now we're going to take the promoter sponge out again. Got to be a little careful with this stuff in case it gets really drippy on it. You don't want it running underneath this and damaging the paint. So I'm going to step back here and I'm going to very carefully keep it below the tape line. Go forward and I'm going to stop just before the edge of the door. And I'm going to start just before the edge of the door. Again, kind of work my way back up front. Area there. I'm also going to go down by the fixture itself. Again, stopping before the front edge of the door. Back down like this. Okay, so we got it in place. Okay, we're going to start with the back piece first. I'm going to take that little piece of tape off and we're going to make ourselves some real good tape flags. We're going to locate to the front here at the door jamb by about 3 millimeters and then work our way backwards. Should set rather nicely. There we are, we're good to go. So like I said, right here we're going to be looking for approximately 3 millimeters back from the door edge, which is about like that right there. And I'm just going to lightly put that into place. I'm going to make sure that I'm against the yellow fixture. Okay, and then I'm going to start working my way back. As I go. As I go again. On the top. Like that. A second here, and I'm going to go around the bottom. Okay, so we're along there. And there's a big old piece along the back here. So we're going to go back up. Okay. Good solid pressure. Get ourselves loaded in. Go ahead and pull the tape off at this time. So it's nice and neat. I'm also going to use a roller to make sure that I have good contact here. Again, the first 24 hours is the critical point towards getting a good bond. So we got to make sure of a couple of things. Number one, that temperature is good for us. We have to be above 60 degrees F. If not, then we're going to have to go ahead and heat both the part and the vehicle surface. So we make sure that we get a good bond like this. Second thing is that we got to make sure that within the first 24 hours we don't put it out in the rain or wash the vehicle. Again, got a good fit here. We're going to do the front now. We've got the back in place. Again, we're going to make our flags like that. Generous. Another good flag in the center like this. And at this time, what I'm going to do is, again, you're mainly locating off of this bottom surface. So I got to make sure that visually we're about equal on the door gap here. Okay, so we're approximately 3 millimeters front to back. Okay, again, sitting down on the yellow. Then I'll go ahead, come back, just like that. Work my way back, just like that, and in place good. There we are. Here. piece. Again, make sure that I'm staying right on that top edge of the yellow template. Just like that. So I go ahead and give it pressure. And I'll probably pull off the tape, I think, first before I try and roll it. And I don't want to try and get an extra bond between the tape and the vehicle here. This. And good. Okay, the tape's off, so I'm going to go ahead and do the roll. Good. Okay, we're in good shape. So now we can take the template off.